It's your boy Young Moolah Man, always and forever a triple threat.
All right, we are back for another installment of our Triple Threat NBA DFS showcase. It is Thursday, December 18th, 2025. And yeah, we're coming at you with a very, very large offering of games. I mean, 11 games, really? All right, but let's do it. Yeah, this is one of the bigger slates of the season since probably maybe the first day or two, right? And we're just going to go ahead and roll with it, right? Usually the slates should be broken down maybe a little bit smaller than this on DraftKings. That's been their pattern. But, all right, we're going to jump right into it, man. We make no excuses, make no bones. Why? Because we're here to build winners and boost bankrolls. Well, that's what we do. GAB Sports, and we are gentle and blissful, gifted and beautiful, generous and benevolent, and most appreciatively, we are grateful and blessed. Guidelines to achieve and build GAB Sports. It's your boy Young Moolah. And yeah, we're just going to jump right into it, right? Where, it's a big, giant slate, but we're going to just pare it down for you. A couple of games, right? You can't play everything and everyone on an 11-game slate, right? Unless you got 500 lineups, 150 lineups, right? We don't do the 150s. We basically play 4 or 5 lineups each and every day, and we have a cash lineup we're going to play today. As far, we're going to build one of those lineups as well today. And so we're going to get started with our featured segment, the today's Triple Threats. And welcome to our featured segment on the Triple Threat NBA DFS Showcase. That will be your today's Triple Threats for Thursday, December 18th, 2025. DraftKings has delivered us a very impressive but also overloaded 11-game slate. They decided to just pack all of the games into one slate instead of breaking it down into 2 parts, which we're just going to have to suck it up and attack it with fervor like we do each and every day. So I just want to say this. Please be on the alert for all the breaking news that you're going to get today regarding any injuries and updates on players maybe being rested in the front end of back-to-backs. All those types of things we will need to consider before we finalize our lineups. Okay, now with that being said, we're going to start off bringing you our top plays. And the first guy we have on today's slate is a guy who has just been balling out of control lately. That will be Keontae George of the Utah Jazz, and they'll be hosting the Los Angeles Lakers. And he's coming in at 7,900. And with Lauri Markkanen out, this guy will be the number one option. He doesn't have to share that designation with a guy like Markkanen today, as he will be the unquestioned guy to try to get them buckets when they need them. And this guy's just really been delivering lately. He's coming off 63 and 53 fantasy points in consecutive games here. And we don't look for that to slow down here today. So Keontae George coming in as our first triple threat of the day. All right, another play that we would like today is a guy in the backcourt as well. He has point guard and shooting guard flexibility, and that will give us, a lot of options as we make our lineups to be able to slot him in at different places within the lineup. And that would be Anthony Black coming in at 5,900 as the Orlando Magic are heading west to face the Denver Nuggets in tonight's slate. And with Suggs and Wagner both out now, a guy like Black has really been benefiting and getting consistent run here of late. He's averaging a little over 33 minutes per game over the last 4 games. And although he's not a very high fantasy rate guy, a great fantasy points per minute, he's clocking in just a little over a point per minute. And so we're just looking for him to, really deliver a strong game. If he gives us 35 to 40 points, that'll be okay. Hoping for a little bit more, right? Maybe he can be real active on the defensive end, which he sometimes tends to do, and bring us that 40-plus game that we really ideally want out of this guy. So it's all in his range of outcomes, and so we're going to go ahead and slot Anthony Black as one of our top plays of the day at 5,900 for the Orlando Magic. Coming in at the third pick that we have for today's triple threats. Yeah, we're searching for some value here. And I want to just say this with a caveat that the value play that we are selecting here in our triple threats at this moment is a guy like Bruce Brown, because there's some word that Tim Hardaway Jr. could possibly be out today. Here is definitely not written in stone. We just want to preface this by saying that. So right now, right around 3 p.m. Eastern, when we're making this video, we're going to go ahead and slot Bruce Brown in here as our value play at 4K. And he is at home, and he has the thing that we do love is that he's coming in that very late window of games, the 6 o'clock West Coast, 9 o'clock East Coast, where a lot of people have already checked out. And so if there's any kind of news that comes in about, Denver Nuggets may have a couple of guys sitting, including Tim Hardaway Jr., and we have the ability to swap in a guy like Bruce Brown, or if we've already kind of just put him in as a placeholder, we'll go ahead and benefit maybe with a low ownership of a guy who will have an increased role if these circumstances come to pass. Okay. And coming in as our fourth selection, yeah, we brought him out of mothballs here. Yeah, LeBron James, a guy who, I normally wouldn't be so excited to play a guy like LeBron James, an aging guy, because normally these guys don't really crush that ceiling. But his price is pretty reasonable in that they're now only down to the big two now instead of the big three, as Austin Reeves will be on the shelf for a little bit. So that gives LeBron James a lot more usage here alongside Luka. The Utah Jazz, they provide a blistering pace, especially at home. And this is a 242.5 over under. And so LeBron James could easily be flirting with triple-double numbers here in this kind of game. And this rest, this scheduling rest is what it basically is. The rest being that they haven't played since Sunday. So they have 3 days off in between. LeBron James should be well rested and ready to go tonight, because he's going to need his legs in this blistering pace of a game, and I believe he will deliver. LeBron James coming in at 9,000 for your Los Angeles Lakers today at Utah. And our final selection that we have today is the Goon. Yeah, Alperen Sengun coming in at 9,600 for the Houston Rockets as they head down to the Delta to play the New Orleans Pelicans, where there's no home court advantage. The Pelicans are just a mess down there, and their fans barely show up. I mean, they're showing games. I'm watching the Pelican games the other day. All the seats are empty. I'm like, man, this is ridiculous. You can just buy probably a $5 seat and just walk down to the front row if you probably, if you want to. I mean, it's just a mess down there. So there's no home court advantage, and there's no interior defense as well. So that's the best part of this, is that it's a great matchup for bigs going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. And Sengun has been really showing out lately. The Goon, as we'll call him, has been the man for Houston. The offense is running a lot through him right now. And so we'll go ahead and peg Sengun as one of our top plays of the day at 9,600 for your Houston Rockets. All right, so a quick recap for the Today's triple threats for December 18th, 2025. We have coming in at the point guard position, Keontae George, a guy that's been just on a torrid heater here lately. And he's coming in at 7,900 against the Lakers in a very high-paced game. So he will be one of our top plays today, Keontae George. And now we have a point guard, shooting guard, eligibility coming out of the Orlando Magic, and that will be Anthony Black, who is benefiting from several guys being out of that Orlando Magic lineup, and he will get a very heavy dose of minutes today as well. 5,900, Anthony Black, Orlando Magic. And now we're going to Value Town here with this one, and that would be Bruce Brown in that same game versus the Orlando Magic there for the Denver Nuggets. Around 4,000, your value play for the triple threats. He has a very versatile game when he gets the minutes, and with that void there with Christian Brown already being out, Aaron Gordon is also out, and now you may have a guy, Tim Hardaway Jr. could also be out tonight for the Denver Nuggets. All right, and the oldie but goodie, yeah, we got him. The 40-plus club is in effect, right? Definitely up there, right? One of the highest totals of the day. Again, it's an 11-game slate, but we like this play coming in at 9K alongside Luka. We have LeBron James, your fourth triple threat play of the day. And our final today's triple threat, we have Alperen Şengün for your Houston Rockets coming in at 9,600 in a very, very tasty matchup against the weak interior defense of those New Orleans Pelicans. All right, so there you have it. And we'll wrap it up right here. Good luck to you all. And again, once we want to stress, be on the alert for all the breaking news that you will need to incorporate for today's slate before you finalize those lineups. Good luck.
Have today's triple threats for December 18th, 2025, brought to you here at GAB Sports. And we want to go ahead and thank you for tuning in. Yes, joining us on this journey. Please take the time, like the video, subscribe to our channel, follow us on social media at GAB4Young. That's the number 4, YUUNG. Yeah, we definitely appreciate you tuning in, and we got a lot of good things in store for you as we wind down on the 2025 calendar year. Happy holidays to each and every one of you. And yes, we are blessed. So we want to go ahead and look at a lineup review before we get into a lineup build over here on DraftKings. Here, we use quite a few of our triple threats of Monday slate. It was a mixed bag for us, and it showed Anthony Simons was one of our top picks that really wet the bed for us. He came in at 8% ownership, which was fine, but he only delivered 10 fantasy points at 4,200. Our next pick smashed like the pumpkins, right? He's a smashing pumpkin. He came in at 7,200, 38% ownership, so he was not hidden on the slate, but he came through with a 64-point fantasy night and a career high 42 points from the 18-year-old. Wow, I mean, he was on fire. And then we got his teammate, too, who was also high owned as well, as Anthony Davis was ruled out. So PJ Washington brought us 44 points, which was fine. And another one of our today's triple threats from Monday that disappointed was Jordan Walsh. Yeah, he came in 5K, started the game off pretty fine, but then they just didn't go with him for most of the game after that. And it's really just, I'm just flabbergasted that he didn't get a single minute. I mean, he had been playing well. Both the centers were out, but yet Kevin Love didn't get off the bench. They didn't call his number one time. And I was pretty much all in on Kevin Love because I was looking for that value in order to get up to Nikola Jokic, which, we can see he smashed perfectly fine. But I got a donut out of Kevin Love. So basically, there's just too many snowflakes in this lineup for us to do anything. So sometimes it's going to be like that. I just missed on the call of Kevin Love being in the rotation. And
We'll have to swallow that one. We'll have to take accountability, and we're going to move right along to today's lineup build. To jump in a specific contest, it will be the 4-point play, 40K. So that brings us around 12K entries roughly. And we're going to go ahead and start off inserting some of the guys we tend to like today. And that will be our today's triple threats, right? Okay. We'll start off with this guy. Putting him at the shooting guard position. That'll be Anthony Black. All right. And a guy that we do like as well, but we didn't put him in our list, but he could have easily made our list. We're going to go for a guy over here in Brooklyn. We like Noah Clowney. Yeah, yes, we do. Okay. And at the center spot, selection where you just have to have a little bit of a risk. You got to be averse to some risk here. We do have a hunch that this play could pay off in this particular game environment. And so we're going to go for center, looking for some value. 3,600. Isaiah Jackson. You know, he can give us 10 fantasy points. He can give us 30 fantasy points. The range of outcomes for this guy is pretty wide. But against the New York Knicks, they may be minus Karl Anthony Towns. There could be some other plays we can get out of this game, being that the Knicks may also be resting some players in the front end of this back-to-back. There's word that they could be resting some guys. So this is a fluid play. And we're going to just go ahead and put Isaiah Jackson in at the center spot for some value. It has arrived. Yes, it's the signal that we've been waiting for. It's that time we announce the play of the day. The gong is the signal that makes us want to break out in song. They're playing basketball. You love that basketball. They're playing basketball. Oh, okay, cut. It's the gong from the guy who will be enjoying himself some crawfish and prawns. The gong, yes, came from up above, down below, to give us the sign for the ham play of the day. What is ham, you ask? It's the guy. He's just going to go hard. Just going to go hard as a mother. Shut your mouth. Play of the day for December 18th, 2025 on this huge 11-game slate on DraftKings is yours truly, the Goon, that man, Alperen Sengun of the Houston Rockets, headed down to the Delta to enjoy himself some crawfish and prawns. Yes, Alperen Sengun is going to eat very heartily tonight against this woeful interior defense of the New Orleans Pelicans. Alperen Sengun, your top play of the day. All right. So now we have that out of the way. Let's go ahead and finish this lineup off. We got our guy. He came in second. This guy, I was about to name this guy as the play of the day. And he will be pushing Sengun for that top dog status. No doubt. We got a lot of faith in this play. Keontae George, against your Los Angeles Lakers. And we're not going to stop there. We're coming with another guard for the Utah Jazz. Yeah, in this lineup, we're going to play his partner in crime. Another guy who will help push that toward pace over there in Utah, Isaiah Collier, the double guards. Yeah. And we want to correlate this game
Yeah, we're going to look at times to get up to Luka. We're going to try to get up to Luka if we can. But in this lineup, we won't be able to do it. So we're going to go with another today's triple threat. That will be LeBron James. Leaves us with 4,800 for the small forward spot. Keldon hasn't been doing it. It's too many guys there now. Clarkson. All right, there's a guy. We want to go ahead and anticipate that there could be more value in that early game with the Indiana Pacers. So we're going to slot Jordan Clarkson in at the small forward spot. And there you have our first lineup build. We have Isaiah Collier and Keontae George. We're combining two Utah Jazz backcourt mates as they're going to spark that high-paced game there. And we ran it back with LeBron James, one of our today's triple threats as well. LeBron James in that Lakers-Utah game. And we have Anthony Black, another one of the guys who made our triple threat list today. And for the Orlando Magic at 5,900. And then we had our early correlation that we're just going to be hoping plays out for us, but we're going to go ahead and stay abreast of the news, and that will be Jordan Clarkson and Isaiah Jackson for the Indiana Pacers, who are hosting the New York Knicks. Then we have Noah Clowney, another guy. We play this guy, man. We've been playing this guy many slates, and he's delivering pretty good. Pretty good rate he delivers. Sometimes a little better than another, but we're going to go ahead and trust him in this lineup build here. And wrapping it up, we have our homeboy Hubie Hammond, top play of the day, Alperen Sengun, coming in at 9,600 for the Houston Rockets. Will be our double up cash game that we talked about. So for double ups, cash games, what are we looking for? We're looking for floors that will not bust based on the projection, right? Based on your solid minutes projection. And so we want to start with some guys who have a pretty high floor today, especially. And we think that we found some players that fit that bill. First being Filipowski with Lauri Markkanen out, coming in at 5,700. This guy has a very prized role here as one of the top options for Utah today. Kyle Filipowski, 5,700. Yeah, I feel like Collier is going to get a good run here tonight. I just really do. He tends to play pretty good minutes, 24 plus minutes, and he's coming in at only 3,700. I like Collier in this lineup as well. Homeboy Hubie Hammond, we will stick with him and put him at the forward slot. Oh, but Bam's in a great spot. So is this guy, Conquo. I'm going to play a Conquo. And small forward, we want to pay down. We want to pay down until we. Tristan da Silva is questionable. Jet Howard could become a consideration. All right, we're going to put a placeholder of Jet Howard in this lineup. Shooting guard. Chris Dunn. And now we have 2 spots available for 1 spin up at least. 5,500. And we'll go ahead and put Şengün. Could save some money on Amin Thompson. He has a pretty high floor. We're going to go with Amin Thompson. 11-3 at the guard spot. Remember, we don't have to win. We just have to score enough points. Okay, so we did a little rearranging. Remember, we did not have to come in first place. We just need to score enough points to cross that cash line of the 50-50s. And so we went with some strong plays. We got Keontae George, one of our triple threats of the day. Another guy who will get plenty of minutes is Chris Dunn, with Harden already being ruled out. So Chris Dunn coming in 4,700. We like his floor, bring us 25, 30 points, right? And so we're just going to put this placeholder in, Jet Howard, which will give us a lot of room to jam in a lot more safer plays as well. So we're going to be on the lookout for that news. If Tristan Da Silva is ruled out, that opens up quite a bit of playing time for Jet Howard, who will probably be starting as well. And so we put him in at 3,100. And we have Kyle Filipowski in one of our late window games. And he's coming in at 5,700. And I can flip-flop him and Clowney when I finalize the lineup, right? And then we have Okongwu. Okongwu has been very good, very consistent too. And so he's got a good matchup too at Charlotte. So this guy's a double-double machine, and he can get you some defensive stats as well. And then we have Amin Thompson. We wanted a piece of that Houston team in such a delightful matchup there in the Delta against the New Orleans Pelicans. So we went with an option that gave us some more affordability in our lineup. We went with Amin Thompson. And then we have Noah Clowney of your Brooklyn Nets coming in at 5,500. And we rounded it out with P.J. Washington and even 7K for the Dallas Mavericks. So there you have our final build here for Triple Threat, our DFS showcase. And this is going into a 50-50 entry. We are going to sign off right here, but we want to just once again say thank you for joining us on this amazing journey that we have embarked upon, providing you content in both NFL and NBA for the DFS space, primarily here on DraftKings, but we also do underdog drafts as well, and best ball as well, which we're coming into our week 16 where we advanced a few teams that may have fun today. Go ahead, like the video, subscribe to our channel, follow us on social media. Many blessings to all throughout this holiday season. Stay safe. Continue to build winners here on GAB Sports. All right. Good evening.
It's your boy, Young Moolah Man. Always and forever a triple threat.